Good morning. I am gearing up. Ha! Good morning. So, like I said, I was gonna do part 2 either today or this weekend, and so I've got my backpack ready. Just gotta put my coat on and head to the bus. In about, I don't know, hour and a half, I'll be where I want to be. And it's a new section of the trail I've never hiked before, so this is going to be interesting. I'll see you out there. Oh, and if you ever get a chance to come to Korea and hike, a lot of the public restrooms are by like parks and major beaches and stuff, but they don't always have toilet paper, so always bring tissue with you. See if I can get this to weigh. Oh yeah. So 7.5 kilograms. So I got my pack on. It's like 16 pounds after I did the weight conversion. So yeah. Alright, let's go. So I made it to the trail, but it's going through town right now. It's not by the ocean, it's gotta go around a mountain. So once I get near the ocean, I'll show you around. Alright, so now I'm taking this like countryside road. I think it's gonna loop around this mountain thing and then get back to the ocean. But yeah. Okay, well that took all my concentration. So I'm up on this hill mountain thing trying to get towards the ocean. And like they came through and tried to make the path wider, but in the process of like clear cutting that shrubbery and stuff, they took out a bunch of the trail markers. So I had to like really pay attention to where they were, and then I fixed a couple, so it's like, this is kind of confusing if you haven't been up here before. So yeah, but anyways, I think I see water, so I'm gonna head down there. Bye. So I found the water. It's this stream kind of bog thing I'm supposed to follow way down, and it looks like there's a nuclear plant in the distance. But I'm not even sure what these are. But yeah, train. Can you see it? It's going to Busan. Yeah, for a second there, like, I really lost the trail. I wish some of the intersections were a little bit better well marked. I mean, they are really well marked, but like, you really have to pay attention to where you're going, and you have to be looking around quite a bit when it comes to like in town areas, because a lot of it's marked by ribbons and arrows and all kinds of stuff, so you like really gotta look around for them, and I completely missed them somehow. So anyways, I'm gonna go. I gotta hike. Bye. You know, it's cool and all that I get to do a new section part, but like, this trail's supposed to go along the ocean. Where is the freaking ocean? I don't see no ocean. It's a solar panel farm. This small one. That was neat. And then up behind it is a tomb with the door in it. I've never seen that before. A whole little cemetery up there. Finally found it. Finally found the freaking ocean. I just wasn't expecting this section of the trail to be so not by the ocean, because the rest of it is like right along the coastline as far as like the Jinha section. So yeah. But yeah, I finally found it. Yay! But that's one of the great things about trying new things, is that you get to see more things. Like all these pretty boats and the forest that I went through and the farmland. And I know I didn't video a lot of it because I was just like a little bit worried about time a bit, and yeah, but I'm gonna go. So it's low tide right now. So once you get near the sea, you will sometimes have to walk on sandy beaches like this. And you also need to look on the boulders for markers like that. I know there's a loud truck behind me, but when you're walking the Haeparang Trail, if you see these signs, there are certain stores along the trail that are Haeparang Trail stores that you can get like a little bit of resupply or equipment and things like that. That store was just like a little resupply spot where you could get snacks and water and stuff. I don't think you can see it that well, but of course I'm by road. I have about 7 kilometers to go if I want to go to Jinha, but I don't think that's a good idea just because it's like 4 o'clock and I want to stop at the cat cafe, so I think oh, sorry, I know the lighting's horrible, but whatever. So I think at this point it's been a good day. I'm gonna stop at the cat cafe, hang out with the cats, and probably catch a bus from there. So yeah. As far as my pack, it's been going well. About a half hour ago though, the rice bag is pushing up along my back left hip quite a bit. Hold on, I gotta find the trail. I'm not exactly sure where it is at the moment, but I'll find it soon. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna hang out with the cats, and then if I want to hike more, I'll hike to Guangalat Cape, or however you say it, and then I can catch a bus back home. They have a wall mural of Santorini, and I think that's so cool because I'm going to Santorini before I hike the Appalachian Trail. Oh yeah, and I did find the trail again. I got confused because there was building in the way. They must have just built this coffee shop or something and forgot to reroute the trail around it. Oh yeah, and before I got distracted, what I was trying to say, so I didn't really start feeling any pain until, like I said, about a half hour ago. And it's mainly from the rice bag. It slides a little bit when I'm walking, and it's like pushing up against my left, sorry, looking for cars, against my left hip, and that hurts a bit now. And then up by my neck, the shoulder straps are in more of a V, because this is just like a regular backpack, not a hiking backpack, and so it's starting to hurt my neck a little bit, so. I wish I could come back when they're not doing so much construction. But anyways, so throughout this little seaside town, we have all these murals, and then this one is Little Mermaid. I think it's so cool. And it looks like it's an abandoned house too, in the inside. It's got Ariel and Ursula. But yeah, and then there's whales over there. And it's actually not construction. They're trying to prevent some beach erosion way down there. So I made it to the cafe. And this cat here, I don't know if it's she or he, but it's blind. And this cat checking out my pack. There's one up there. There's one hanging out by the ocean. They're all up there. Hey. So anyways, for those of you back home that don't know how pet cafes work, you buy a drink and you can come hang out with them. And yeah, but this woman, this is Cafe Haemil, and she also takes in a lot of cats as well. So some of these are pets and some of these are rescues. It's really kind of unfortunate though, in a way, because some people just drop their cats off onto her, and you know, it does cost money to help make them well again. Like this one is getting her fur back. Yeah, I don't know if you can see how patchy it is. So yeah, and she also feeds a lot of the street cats too. So I think it's really cool to, the rare times I can come out here from Ulsan, that I can support her. And then these cats are trying to play with the tops of the food bags. So this one wants to have cat friends so badly, but as soon as that door opens to go outside, it runs away because it doesn't like humans. Aww. There's one of the outdoor cats. So in Korea, there's a lot of stray cats that people just dump on the street, and of course they're not neutered and whatnot, so they multiply. But they're kind of wild, and you can't really have them as pets. She, you know, she tries to do the best she can as far as like helping whatever cats end up at her cafe. So, oh no, this one's not working. Okay, so I think before I leave, I'm gonna make some kind of donation to her, because like I follow her on Instagram, and like it's really sad because sometimes like I don't understand completely what she's saying because it's all in Korean, but like she'll have video of like cars just driving up and just dumping their cats in the middle of the night, and it's just like, and she's angry because she's like, why would you do that? You know, do something that you claim that you love in a way. And like I don't blame her, but it's also kind of like she'll help as much as she can, but like a lot of rescues worldwide, eventually there gets to the point where you kind of start getting overwhelmed. So like in this room, like not exactly sure because there's so many beds and cubby holes in here, but there's got to be at least 20 cats. So hi. But yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy them and their company.